Hi, welcome to my crochet tutorial. This is Auntie Nat's Crochet. I'm excited to have you here today. Whether you're brand new to crochet or looking for something new to crochet, you're in the right place. I can't wait to share my tips, tricks and favorite techniques to you. Do me a favor before we start. Do click on the subscribe button over here. I have thousands of videos, so do check them out. It will mean the world to me. And if you like any of this, even this, it's all in my earlier posts, so check them out. And this particular post, I am going to do a Christmas log cake, since I did a Christmas tree right before this post. So I thought, why not make a Christmas cake as well? It's not a fruit cake, it's a log cake, so it's more of a chocolate cake. So this tree, this is the color of the berries and the leaves. As for the cake, it's just this. Because I want it to look like a log, like a tree, so I got myself this type of yarn where it will make the cake look more like a wood, like a log, I hope. And these are the cream. So all these are kind of thinner yarn, not the 5-ply yarn. These are kind of like a 3-ply cotton yarn. So I'll be using a 2.5 mm hook. So it's up to you. You can use just about any type of yarn, but I would recommend cotton yarn. It's easier to work with, and if you're making a cake, it's easier to shape it and it looks better. But if you want to add a bit of a glitter here and there, yeah, you can add the glitter yarn. So that's it. Oh yes, and you will also need a little bit of stuffing to plump up the cake. So now let the fun begin. Okay, I'm going to make the side of the cake. This side. Now this is a cake, and you have two sides here, one here and one here. So the sides of the cake will look exactly like the Swiss roll. So I'm going to start with these two colors. I'm going to start with the white yarn. You can do whichever first, it's alright. I'm going to start with the white yarn. So I'm going to chain 36. I do not want the cake to be too big, but if you want a bigger cake, you can do more chain, bigger, longer, more cream. So I'm going to chain 36. As you can see, chain 26 is not very long, it's just about this length. So after you have a chain 26, you yarn over, you go to the second stitch from your hook. This is the first stitch, this is the second stitch. Just go to that second stitch from my hook and start to do half double crochet. So you just yarn over, go to the next stitch and do half double crochet all the way until the end of the row. Okay, now I'm at the end of the row. This will curl a bit, so no worry. I'm going to make my last stitch here. So if you think this is too short, you can make it longer. I'm gonna chain one, pull tight, and kind of make a knot here. And this is the cream part. So now I am going to do the chocolate part. You're gonna do the same thing, but this would have to be longer, way longer than this. So this is a chain 36. For this one, I'm going to do a chain 66. So you just make a knot. This is just my habit of making a knot, and you just chain 66. So chain 66 is this long. You have to be way longer than this, because when you curl it up, I mean it's up to you whether you want the cream and the chocolate part to be exactly the same. I want the cream part to be less than the chocolate part, so that it looks more like the real thing, like the real Swiss roll. So here, same thing, you're gonna yarn over. You go to the second stitch from your hook. This is your hook, your first stitch, your second stitch. Go to your second stitch and continue to build half double crochet all the way until the end. So it looks like this, and I'm at the end of the row. You just chain one, pull tight, and it's locked. And here you're gonna leave a bit of a tail for sewing. We're gonna sew the white part onto the brown part, so that when you curl up the Swiss roll, it won't, it won't run. So here, I'm gonna pull this out. Then I'm gonna use a needle. Since this is just 3 ply, I prefer to use a sewing needle. So you move your way a bit to the middle parts. I would say about maybe 6 rows or 6 stitch away, 6 to 7 stitch away. You notice that here you have this 2 V shape here, whereas this side we only have 1 because of the foundation chain. And here, same thing. This side you have the V shape, the other side is just 1 line. So it's up to you whether you want the V shape to point at the V shape or the other way around. I mean, if you're not particular, you do not mind this V shape on the cake, or you want it this way, where both are not V shape. You don't have that V shape. So if you think this side looks more like the cake, then you sew it this way. If you think you want the V shape to be in front like this, so when you bend it, you can see all this V shape. So I made a mistake here, not exactly a mistake. I would say like I didn't realize that earlier. So when I curl this up, then only I realized that, ooh, look at that. We have this V shape here. Whereas the cream, this side looks like the V shape, see? This side it looks like the V shape, whereas the cake here looks like the cake. So if you're not particular about this, it's fine. But if you really want it to look more like a cake, I would say we're gonna sew on the part where it's kind of V-shaped, so it look more like a cake. So this one I did the other way around. I mean, one was the front and one was the back. So it doesn't matter. I mean, one glance you won't see, but when you go up close, you can see this V shape here, whereas this one doesn't have a V shape. So it looks more like a cream. So this is entirely up to you. It's just a minor thing. It's not really a big thing. So I am going to sew the cream onto the onto the cake, this V-shaped part. See here, there's 2 strands in here. You have 2 strands like a V shape. I'm gonna sew this part to this part. So since I stopped here, I'm gonna sew from here to here instead of the other way around. I'm gonna start sewing from this part here. Oops. It got tangled. Now, if you're asking me why I'm sewing from this side to this side, not the other way around, is because I want the V shape to see the V shape. Nothing special. You can turn it around. You can turn it around this way. It will still be this way. Okay. So depending how you hold it, I think I better hold it this way so that it won't cause confusion, especially for beginners. So you just sew it together like this. See this V shape here, this V shape and this V shape. Sometimes to make it look real, minor details like this do count. Personally, I would think it counts. You know, like when we make amigurumi, the smile on that cute amigurumi, it counts. Whether you made a broad smile or a little mouth without a smile, and it counts. I remember I made my amigurumi many years ago. The amigurumi turned out to be it looked nasty and angry, all because of the smile. You wouldn't realize until you look at it from afar. Yes, when you sew like this, you will see a brown line here. No worry, because this will be on the inside of the cake. This is just to hold it together so that it won't come off when we twist it like this. So I'll come back to you once I'm at the end here. Okay, once you're done, it looks like this. This will be on the inside. This will be on the outside. So all this tail, we're gonna hide this side. So here, I'm gonna fold it. Let me tie a knot here so that it stays on the inside here. This one I'll work my way in later. Wait, let me see. Maybe I should just pull it to the other side. So this part here, the shorter part here, is a longer brown. This is a shorter brown part. So you just bend it like this. And you keep turning it. See, you will have less cream and more cake. So it's up to you whether you want to do more cream. Okay, so here let me do that again. Actually, once you're here, you can actually make one stitch here. You're gonna hold it because we have a lot of tails here. Just make use of the tail. Like this. And when you roll it, like this. This one will be here, so we just make full use of all this tail. Just make it go over. Since I have two white tails here, just tie a knot. Just kind of hold its shape while, before we start to sew, so that it won't come off. At least there's a guide here, like this will stay like this. So this stays like this. And then we go turn and turn and turn. I think this is slightly different a bit. I could have done, I'm not sure, maybe the way I turn it. It's the same number of stitch anyway. This is, I haven't sewed this yet, so maybe because I turn it, it looks as if the cream is more. So it's up to you whether you want more cream or less cream. But I find less cream makes it look more like the real Swiss roll. So once you are done with this, use this same tail and make a few stitches here and there to hold it in shape. Okay, so like here, and since I am here, I just make one stitch onto this. Oops. This tail here, you can always tie a knot with this tail. All this will be on the inside. But if you're gonna turn this into a Swiss roll keychain, then you shouldn't show all this tail here at the back. You should hide it nicely inside the cake. Oops, I'll leave that alone first. So if you're gonna turn this into a keychain, a cute Swiss roll keychain, then do not hide the tail like me, like this is kind of messy. So you're gonna hide it all inside this Swiss roll. But then again, if you're gonna make a Swiss roll as a keychain, then you shouldn't be doing just one row of half double crochet. You should do 2 rows of half double crochet, so that you have more space to hide all these knots. So here I'm going to make few stitches, like from here to here, here to here, all the way. Just to hold it in shape for a bit, because later we are going to create a rectangle piece. This is just the side of the cake, just like this. The side of the cake, we're gonna make a rectangle piece on top over it. So this is just the 2 sides, so you don't have to stitch it so nicely. So make sure it holds its shape. And later with the rectangle piece, not here, you better make some stitches because it's gonna fall off. Your cake is gonna come off. So I'm gonna make a few stitches here and there to make sure this stays this shape. And I'll come back to you, so you just make 2 of this, one for the left side and one for the right side.